Okay, so I'm going to be discussing the moral issues that come with human cloning. One of the main problems is that, okay, well, let me start this way. Cloning human tissue in order to do a more perfect and safe organ transplant is a good idea. There's no getting around it. It's a great idea. But there's a dark side to cloning procedures. Even though it may provide medical benefit, it will also provide the ability to customize human beings. This ability to create a perfect human race will remove all sense of individuality and uniqueness from the human race, and it also allows people to play the role of God by being able to create a person, in a sense, in a laboratory. It also goes against nature by allowing humans to switch out whatever is defective in their bodies for healthy replacements. In turn, it will lead to longer lifespans, certainly, and that could possibly contribute to the overpopulation of the world, which, because if less people are dying, but there's still a steady rate of people being born or created, you may risk running out of resources and space. Reproductive cloning comes with risks. If a clone is born in order to replace a couple's deceased child, the clone will undoubtedly have to deal with emotional issues, and the household will probably be abnormal. And what about the children who are designed and born for the sole purpose of being used as spare parts for a family member with a genetic disease? Cloning is going to make it possible. So if somebody in your family has leukemia and needs like bone marrow transplants, but they can't seem to find a donor with a perfect enough match, it will be possible to customize a child to be the perfect donor match. So that child will have to deal with identity issues and may even feel forced to be a donor, because they're being born in order to be a donor and they're not having any say in it. So it could even bring in legal issues, like medical emancipation. And then therapeutic cloning, so, is the cloning of human tissue used as stem cells in order to create like a functioning replacement organ. But research using therapeutic cloning is a new field, and it's already shown that stem cells from embryos have a greater flexibility than adult stem cells. So, but embryos, especially if a lot of Americans at least, or it seems to be general consensus that are pro-life, and they consider embryos a living, still a living human being, even though they may be microscopic. So to many pro-lifers, using stem cells, extracting stem cells requires killing an embryo, which if it's considered a human life, is also considered murder. A lot of pro-choicers feel that murdering one person, the embryo, to cure another person of paralysis or diabetes or heart disease can never be justified. Also, stem cells aren't necessarily stable. Some stem cells have mutated during the process and have been rejected by the receiver's body. And some therapeutic cloning experiments done in animals have resulted in tumors. When it comes to using cloning as a way to cure diseases, Thomas Okarma, who's the chief executive of Geron Corporation, which is a stem cell research establishment, he estimated that it takes 100 eggs, if you're lucky, to produce a usable stem cell line. This means that if a cure for diabetes involving therapeutic cloning is found, it would take 1.5 billion eggs to cure the 15 million Americans who have diabetes. Until the production of stem cells becomes more efficient, very few cures would be made for economic reasons. Even if and when techniques are found to reliably produce one custom stem cell line for each egg harvested from a woman, 15 million eggs would still be required to wipe out diabetes. So right now, cloning and then the efficiency of stem cell lines are lacking, and there's no way we'd be able to produce 15 million eggs right off the bat. It's a painful procedure for women, and kind of miserable. Also, reproductive cloning is unsafe. At least 95% of cloning in mammals experiments have resulted in failures in the form of miscarriages, stillbirths, and life-threatening anomalies. Some experts have actually said that they don't believe that any clones are fully healthy. The technique cannot be developed in humans without putting the physical safety of the clones and the women who bear them at grave risk. Yeah. So it's bad.